everyone, thank you so much for stopping by and clicking on this video. My name is Didioluwa Ayodele, and the last time you probably saw me was in 2023. And I just wanted to say thank you to all my already existing subscribers. I know I haven't dropped anything in a very long time, and I'm so excited to be back. But if this is your first time watching my video, please go ahead and click on the subscribe button, because I'm sure you're gonna love all the videos on this channel. And yeah, I'm just really excited to be back and to be talking about the things that I love, to share a little bit about my life with you guys. Creating YouTube videos has always been a long time dream of mine, and I'm so grateful that I get to create these videos and share some of my really exciting, crazy topics as well. Today, I am going to be talking just a little bit about some of the reasons why I have been absent on my channel, and just talking to you guys about how I've kind of gone through different situations and how I've been able to walk through them. One of the things that I found in life is there's always going to be some of like the most negative times and aspects of life, and a lot of people call it depression, but I try my possible best to not give words to those emotions, because I feel like life is voice activated, and as a believer, as a child of God, I really try as much as possible to be very positive with my conversations and my outlook on life. So I try not to call it depression, but I would say that I had some depressive episodes where I just felt very unmotivated, unhappy to do certain things that I love, like creating videos. And that really affected how I saw myself. And it was just an ongoing battle, an ongoing struggle with myself. I'm finally ready to share some of the things that I've learned, and some of the things that I think could also help someone else who is also in the same situation as me. The first thing, like I said, is I try my possible best to not give it the voice and the word depression. I try to avoid it as much as possible. And one of the major reasons why that is sometimes when you create your life, because I believe that you can create your life with your voice. One of the things that I try to do is that I try to create my life in a way where all the words that I'm saying about myself and the way that I describe myself are positive, because what I want to see in my life is positive, and I try as much as possible to describe myself in the most positive way possible. So anything depression, any negative connotation, I try to avoid them as much as possible. Another thing that really helped me is I started to try to identify the reasons why I was unhappy. There's a lot of reasons for me, but one of the major ones that I'm going to really highlight and talk about was I was starting to be overweight. I didn't like the fact that I was gaining weight on my face, on my body, and I was really unhappy about it. It felt like I wasn't even eating as much and I was being punished, which wasn't true. Honestly, it took me a while to really realize the science behind why I was gaining this weight. And for me, it was just me identifying some of those reasons, because here's the thing. If you don't identify the reason why you're unhappy, you're almost likely going to stay unhappy. And if you don't do anything to change the reason, you're still going to be unhappy, unsatisfied with yourself. So if you don't try to identify the reasons why you're unhappy, you're going to continue to be unhappy, right? Because nobody is going to come and manage your life. Unfortunately, I wish, there was some magic wand that I can kind of wave and someone is going to magically try to manage my life. But there's nobody coming to manage my life. You kind of have to take charge of that. And it's such a big jump, especially if you're in a Nigerian household and before you had your parents kind of managing your life and telling you what to do, and then you transition into adulthood and you kind of have to make those decisions by yourself. And so if you have to identify the reasons why you're unhappy. If you don't identify those reasons, you're going to stay unhappy. It's just a very simple logic, but sometimes you need someone to kind of point it out for you, because for me, it took the longest time before I started to realize that these are things that can be changed, okay? Especially when there are things that can be changed. Unfortunately, there are some cases where those things can be changed. But in cases where those things that are making you unhappy can be changed, I highly recommend, just doing a quick survey of your life and identifying the reasons why you're unhappy, where you're sad. And only after you've identified those reasons are you able to make informed decisions about your life. You can do research, you can go to Google, you can, do all the ChatGPT to try to find solutions. You can even ask a friend, you ask people who had the similar challenges in the past. And only then are you able to actually identify and, help yourself. And by helping yourself out of that situation, you're indirectly or directly also getting yourself out of this depressive episode. Another thing that really for me was so important was that I was consuming a lot of social media. Social media is great. I have no grievances against social media. Social media is the way that we're able to connect with one another. Is the way I'm able to upload this video. But sometimes it's really hard to kind of know where to draw the line, especially with overconsumption. And it's like you continue to scroll and doom scroll, and you realize that you're just wasting your brain cells. Sometimes you're not even thinking for yourself. I couldn't tell you the videos that I've watched on Instagram. I couldn't tell you how they've changed my life. I couldn't tell you what they've done for me. Basically, they've wasted my time, and kind of made me redundant, because here's what happens. You're unhappy and you feel stuck. You feel like you can't change those things that are making you unhappy. And then you go on Instagram or you go on TikTok or whatever social media platform that you binge on, and you continue to binge for a very long period of time, because it makes you feel numb. It makes you feel nothing. And in the feeling of nothingness, you feel like you're escaping reality. It's a sort of escapism. But at the end of the day, your life is yours. If there is anything you take away from this video, it's just that your life is fundamentally yours, and there are things, if you need to change them, that you must change. Lead me to one of the most important things that can also help you get out of the depressive episode, just like it helped me, is prayer and intimacy with God. I know that, you hear this a lot, that when you pray, it helps. It genuinely does help. I feel like the only reason why that conversation has gone on for as long as it has is because prayer does help, and intimacy with God. I find that when I feel like very sad or depressed, I play gospel music. I just kind of feel the atmosphere with really great worship song, and they do help lifting my spirits. I don't know the science behind it. I don't think there is a science behind it. I just think it's God helping his children. In that moment, honestly, everything changes, burdens are lifted. And yeah, I highly recommend prayer and intimacy with God. It does help. It has helped me so many times, and it continues to help. People that I've spoken to, they all have the same experience with prayer and intimacy with God. And finally, another thing that is really important for you to know if you're in a depressive episode, it's not going to be a one-time battle, okay? It's something that's always going to come up, because life is not linear, right? The battles that you kind of fought yesterday, just because you won doesn't mean there won't be another battle. So it's going to be ongoing. Life is up, down, right, sideways. So it's very important to know that just because you get out of a depressive episode doesn't mean another challenge is not going to pose itself tomorrow, right? So even me right now, I know that there is going to be challenges. It says in the Bible that there's always going to be challenges, right? So it's really important to know that life is not linear, and it's not always all roses and sunshine. So once you understand that, it kind of helps your disposition to how you treat life. And also important to know that it's not a unique experience. The way you're feeling right now, there's thousands, millions of people across the globe that feel exactly the same way. I think one of the biggest lies that we tell ourselves is that we're victims, and we are we are hated by God, or something is wrong with us, we're being punished for something. The truth is that life is just that way, and the quicker you learn to deal with sadness and sad emotions, the better you feel in the long run, right? Because if you don't quickly kind of ensure that you don't feel like a victim all the time, you're going to have a longer battle with depression. Finally, I just want to say that there is definitely light at the end of the tunnel. You're not alone. If you're feeling like you've been doom scrolling for a very long time and you come across the video, I highly recommend dropping your phone right now. If you need to delete YouTube, go ahead and do that. If you need to delete any social media platform, go ahead and do that. You need to reset. You need to start over. You need to listen to yourself, because 90% of the time, the answers that you're looking for are already on the inside of you. And I know it sounds very cliche. You've heard this before, but I promise you, let yourself be able to listen to yourself. Drop that phone right now. Go do something else. Connect with friends. And yeah, I just hope that it gets better for everyone, and that we also learn to live with our negative emotions better. And yeah, that's the end of my rant. Not exactly a rant, but that's the end of my talk today. I hope to create more videos like this. You can hold me accountable. If you don't see any videos on my channels, let me know. But yeah, thank you so much for stopping by. Let me know if there's any topics you want me to talk about. I'll be happy to do some deep diving into that with you guys. And don't forget to subscribe. Click on the subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye bye.